Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue with exercise 3.16. In the previous classes we have seen some of the sums from exercise 3.16. Yes children? Yes. We have completed the first sum, second sum and also the third sum. And before we continue our class, let's have a small recap of what are the things that we have done in previous classes. In the previous class, I have taught you the different types of matrix. Yes, children? Can you tell me the different matrix? Yes, the first one was row matrix. What was the second one? It was a column matrix. Yes, the first one we had a row matrix. What do you mean by row matrix? A matrix having only one row and any number of columns. And here only one row. Okay. Next one was column matrix. What do you mean by column matrix? Only one column. It has only one column and any number of rows. The third one was a square matrix. What do you mean by square matrix, children? Here, the number of rows and number of columns are equal. Number of rows is equal to number of columns. So this was for a square matrix. And then we had a diagonal matrix. What was a diagonal matrix? The fourth one was a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix is a matrix where you have the, suppose I'll just give you an example because with the help of an example it will be easy to explain. We have a matrix. Suppose these are the leading diagonals. Okay. So what was for diagonal matrix? Except the leading diagonal. This is a leading diagonal. I have told you, just think of a square or a rectangle. You have a diagonal over there. Okay. So this is a diagonal matrix. And for the diagonal matrix, you can have any number other than 0. For a diagonal matrix, you have to get a number on the leading diagonal and all the other elements should be 0. Getting my point, children? So we have a numbers on the leading diagonal, and on the leading diagonal we may get 0, no problem. Instead of 3 I can have 4, 0. So this is also called a diagonal matrix. Getting the point, children? Okay. So this is a diagonal matrix. For diagonal matrix you have some condition. First of all, it should be a square matrix. It should be a square matrix and all the elements except the leading diagonal should be 0. Then we had a scalar matrix. Same manner, for a scalar matrix, instead of we have to focus on the leading diagonal, but only one condition is you have to get a same number. I'll put here 5, 0, 0, 5. So you have to get a same number. 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7. So that is called a scalar matrix. And all the remaining elements to be 0. This is for scalar. So just get the difference. For diagonal, all the elements to be 0, but you have to get, you can have any numbers on the leading diagonal. It can be a number or it can be a 0. For a scalar matrix, you have to get the other elements as 0 and the leading diagonal should be same. Remember, keep this in your mind. It should be same. Any number, a constant number. Okay. Next we had a identity matrix, or yeah, we call it as identity matrix. Yes, children? Or a unit matrix. We have another name for identity matrix as unit matrix. Here the simple thing is the leading diagonal should be 1. What should be the leading diagonal? It should be 1. See, mostly everything looks same, yes children? Here 0, 0, here 0, 0, 0, 0, everywhere 0, but here we can have any numbers. Here we should have the same numbers and here we should have the number 1. So we call it as the identity matrix. Okay. Then we had a null matrix. What is the meaning of null matrix? Null matrix means all the elements will be 0. All the elements are 0. So it's called a null or a 0 matrix. Yes, children? And we also studied about the transpose of a matrix and also we studied about the triangular matrix. Let's see what is transpose of a matrix? So these are the definitions. You have to be thorough with children. You may be asked with the definitions for 2 marks. So be careful. And whenever you are being asked with the definition, try to give one example. Like you can give any one matrix so that you will get full marks over there. Okay, children? Okay, now coming to the transpose of a matrix. Transpose is interchanging of rows and columns. What is a transpose? Transpose is a matrix which is obtained by interchanging rows and columns. So you have to interchange the rows into columns. Like suppose I give you an example. If A is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. What is the order of this matrix? How many rows do you have? 1, 2, 3. So total number of rows? 3 rows. Yes. And how many columns do you have here? It's 1, it's 2. So you have the order 3 cross 2. I have told you that order will be written as m cross n. The order is written as m cross n. So 3 cross 2. Clear, children? Okay. So now we have to find out the transpose of the matrix. You have to give the symbol as transpose. A transpose. This is called the symbol. You have to write down for transpose. You have to write a capital T as the power. I hope you are clear, children. Okay. So this is equal to interchanging the rows into columns. So what is the column here? I'll just take this column. What is the column here? 2, 4, 6. Just change this column as a row. So you can write down this as 2, 4, 6. And this will be written as 3, 5, 7. Getting my point? Okay. If you just here, I'll tell you the 2 ways also. Interchanging rows into columns and columns into rows. Okay, I'll write A transpose first. You see here, I'm going to change this row as column. So 2, 3. Change this row as column. 4, 5. Change this row as column. 6, 7. Okay, here I change the row into column. Same way I have told you, yes. So we can change the column also. So what is the column here? 2, 4, 6. So now 2, 4, 6 is standing. Yes, children. So you write down in a sleeping manner. 2, 4, 6. 3, 5, 7 in a standing manner. So write down in a sleeping manner. 3, 5, 7. That is interchanging the column into row. If you interchange row into column, or if you interchange column into row, you are going to get the same answer. This is a very, very important concept that we have to use in our matrix. This is a transpose. What is the meaning of transpose, children? Interchanging the rows into columns or columns into rows. Okay, now let's go for the last point and we will continue with our exercise sums. A triangular matrix. So under triangular matrix we saw upper triangular matrix and we also saw lower triangular matrix. So these are the 2 points that we have seen under triangular matrix. So how is a triangular matrix looking as? So first of all, it's a upper triangular matrix. Yes, children? So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 0, 0. For an upper triangular matrix, you have the number present in the upper part. The numbers are present. The elements are present above the leading diagonal and you have the zeros below the leading diagonal. So where is the elements present? The elements are present in the upper part. That is upper triangular matrix. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now this is lower triangular matrix, means the numbers will be present here and you have zeros over here. 0, 0, 0. See? That's all. So you have to remember the concept. Upper triangle means the elements are present above the leading diagonal. Lower triangular matrix means the elements are present below the leading diagonal. Are you clear, children? Okay, children. Shall we start with exercise 3.16? Okay. Stay down your classwork. Write down today's date. Take down your classwork. Write down today's date. Continue with exercise 3.16. No need to take a new page. We can just continue. You have to take down question number 4. Take down question number 4. If A is equal to 5, 4, 3, 1 minus 7, 9, 3, A, 2. You have to find A transpose. Then find the transpose of A. So just take down A, children. You're being given with the matrix. Have you taken another question? Be fast. A is 5, 4, 3, 1 minus 7, 9, 3, 8, 2, and you have to find the transpose of A. You know what is the meaning of transpose, children? Yes? Transpose is interchanging of rows into columns. A very simple answer, only one line answer. So write down here A transpose. So you have to use a symbol over here, A transpose. The question is to find out the transpose of A. So A transpose is equal to interchange rows into columns. What is the first row you have? 5, 4, 3. Yes, children, be careful. This is a very, very easy question, and not only easy, this is an important question. You may be asked with the question, like you may have this type of question for 2 marks. So A transpose is, the row is 5, 4, 3. You have to write this row as a column. This is a sleeping number. You have to write the sleeping number as a standing number. So 5, 4, 3. 1 minus 7, 9. So 1 minus 7, 9. So sleeping is being standing now. 1 minus 7, 9. 3, 8, 2. 3, 8, 2. That's all. Very easy. Yes, children? See, I have changed the row into column. So 5, 4, 3 is changed to 5, 4, 3. 1 minus 7, 9 is changes 1 minus 7, 9. 3, 8, 2 is changes 3, 8, 2. So the rows are changed into columns. This is how you get the transpose. This is the answer, children. The answer is done. Is it easy? Yes. Then on the 5th question, let's go for sum number 5. They have given you the value for A. Take down the value for A. So A is equal to root 7 minus 3 minus root 5 to root 3 minus 5. So they have given a matrix. So children, what is the matrix A given to you? Root 7 minus 3 minus root 5 2 root 3 minus 5. And you have to find the transpose of minus A. Just read the question carefully. The question is not find the transpose of A. So I have just given you 2 sums. There's a difference in both the question. In question number 4, you had to find the transpose of A. So I directly found the transpose of A. But for question number 5, you have to find the transpose of minus A. Yes, we have to do one more extra step over here. Okay, children? So we'll be doing one extra step and then we will find out the transpose. Okay. Have you taken another question, children? Shall we go for the next step? Okay. So what have we to do here? What are we going to do here? We have to find out minus A. We have to find the transpose of minus A. Yes, children? So first of all, let's find minus A. This is very easy. What do you mean by minus A? Minus A means you have to change the sign of the element of the matrix A. See here. So this is a matrix A and you have to put, that is what is the difference here? This is A and this is minus A. That means you have to change all the elements. Sign. You are not going to change all the element. You are going to change only the sign of the element. So if you have a positive element, you have to change it as negative. And if you have a negative element, you have to change it as a positive. That's all. Okay, children? Shall we do the changes? So minus A is equal to minus root 7. The plus root 7 is minus root 7. Minus 3 plus 3. Minus root 5. It's plus root 5. So no need to write the plus sign over there. You can just put here root 5. It's plus 2. So minus 2. Root 3. Minus root 3. Minus 5. It's 5. So we have found the value for minus A. Minus root 7, 3, root 5, minus 2, minus root 3, 5. Have you found the value for minus A, children? Are you clear with this step? Okay. So now what are we going to do? We are going to find the transpose of minus A. Now this is very easy, yes children? Shall we proceed? Yes. Let's start with the work. Therefore, minus A transpose. So you are not going to follow the A matrix. You are going to follow the minus A matrix. So you have to take the transpose of minus A. You know what is the meaning of transpose, yes children? Interchange row into column. Yes. The first row I am going to write as a column. So this is equal to minus root 7, 3. See, the sleeping numbers I am writing as a standing number. This is sleeping. So root 5 minus 2 minus root 3, 5. So this is minus A transpose. So interchanging the rows into columns. Minus root 7, 3, root 5 minus 2, minus root 3, 5. Are you clear? Okay, so there is a difference between sum number 4 and sum number 5. So just read the question carefully and you have to answer. Just don't close your eyes and just write. As soon as you see the transpose, you get the transpose for A. See the question whether they have asked for a negative or they have asked for the same matrix. So accordingly, you have to proceed with your sum. Okay, children? Okay, now let's move to sum number 6. Question number 6 will be a homework, children. Homework, exercise, I'll write down here, okay. From exercise 3.16, question number 6 is your homework. It's very simple. I'll tell you what are the steps that you are going to follow, okay. So question number 6, you have to verify A transpose is equal to A, okay children. So first of all, you have to start with A and you have to find A transpose, okay. So first step is you have been given the matrix, you write down matrix A, then you have to find A transpose. You know how to find A transpose, you have to interchange the rows and columns. After finding A transpose, you have to find the transpose of it. Transpose means you have to consider this matrix, you have to interchange them and this answer will be equal to A. So you have to say hence verified. Getting the point? So this is A. So you have to get the same answer. So first of all, you have to take the question, that is the matrix. You have to take the first transpose of A. You are going to take the transpose of A. Now A transpose means you have to take the transpose of A transpose. And you will get the answer as E. That's all. Try out the question number 6 as homework. Okay, now let's take question number 7. Take down question number 7. Yes. Find the values of x, y and z from the following equations. Take down question number 7, the first part. (12(3) x 3/2 YZ 3 5. 12 3 X 3 by 2 YZ 3 5. Have you taken on the question, children? So we have one more type of matrix, children. I have given you around 10 points. So we have one more matrix that is called as equal matrix. You can just refer page 138. Just come to page 138. We have an equal matrix. What do you mean by equal matrix? Suppose two matrices are given to you and they will be called as equal if they have the same order and each element is equal to the, like suppose if you have, so I'll just give you an example. If you have a matrix A as 3 4 5 6 and B as 3 4 5 6, can I call them as equal matrix? Yes. How? Because first of all the orders are same. That is, what are the numbers of row here? 2. Number of columns 2. Number of rows 2. Number of columns 2. So the order is same, and not only the order, each element, see, 3 3 same, 4 4 same, 5 5 same, 6 6 same. So the each element of A is same to the corresponding element of B. So the elements will be same. The first element will be equal to the first element, the second element will be equal to the second element, and so on. That is what we call as equal matrix. Okay. So here we have a small corrections here. It's 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means it should be 1.5. Okay. So just make us changes over here as 1.5 because we are dealing with the equal matrix. Okay, children. So the value should be same. 3 by 2 means 1.5. They have given you their 5s, so make it as 1.5. There's a small printing mistake, children. Just make it 1.5. So 12 3 X 3 by 2 Y Z 3 1.5. Okay. So let us use the property for equal matrix, because the question is to find out the value for X, Y and Z. Yes, children. So see here, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. So we are going to find out the answer from the matrix. Write down, from the matrix, what is the value for X? It's 3. Very easy. From the matrix, X is equal to 3. Getting my point? What is the value for Y? See, Y is here, yes? So this is the value for Y. Y is equal to 12. What is the value for Z? It's 3. Z is equal to 3. From the matrix, X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 12, Z is equal to 3. The first sum was easy, sum, yes. So just write down the answers directly. We have got the answers directly by looking at the matrix. So be careful, you have to check the corresponding element. Corresponding element means, see where, so Y, 12 and Y, they are corresponding elements. Then 3 and Z are corresponding, X and 3 are corresponding, 3 upon 2 and 1.5 are corresponding element. So you have to compare and you have to write down properly. Okay, now let's go for the second subpart. I have given you the 6th sum as homework, yes children, and also from 7th the 3rd subpart will be a homework. I will be doing the first subpart and the second subpart. You are going to complete the 3rd subpart as homework. Okay, let's go for the work. So take down the second subpart question. Okay, I'll write down here. X plus Y 2, 5 plus Z XY. This is equal to 6 2 5, 8. See here, 2, 2 are equal, yes children? See, 2, 2. The corresponding elements are equal, yes? Okay. So x plus y, 2, 5 plus z, xy, 6, 2, 5, 8. Okay. Let's go with the working here. Here, as in the previous sum, we cannot have all the sums like this, yes children? So we can directly write the value. No. Here we have to apply, we have to get the answer. So what is done here? They have not given us the values directly, so we have to solve and we have to get the answer. Okay children. Here see, I'll just take the first z part because here only one variable is present. Here I have two variables, I have x and y. Here again I have two variables x and y, yes? But here I have only one variable z. So I'm going to take the first, I'm going to take z as first, so that I will get the value for z. Are you ready with the question children? Just get ready, we'll be doing the sums. Shall we start with the answer children? Okay. Write down here, from the matrix, I'm going to write down this part. So what is the corresponding element for 5 plus z? It's 5. 5 plus z is equal to 5. From the matrix, 5 plus z is equal to 5. We know how to solve it, yes children? So this is plus 5. When plus 5 comes to this side, minus 5. Therefore, z is equal to 5 minus 5. Therefore, z is equal to 0. So we have got one value. So highlight your answers children. Highlight your answer. I have found the value for z. Z is equal to 0. So actually we have to find out three unknowns. We have to find out the value for x, we have to find out the value for y, and also we have to find the value for z. So we took the element in such a way, it had only one variable. So I took 5 plus z is equal to 5, and when we solved, we got the answer as z is equal to 0. Okay, now let's go for the next one. So now what else you have? You have x plus y is equal to 6. Okay children, so what do you get here? X plus y is equal to 6. Try to find the value for x from here. So x is equal to 6 minus y. Are you clear children? I don't know the value, so just keep it. Just try to simplify and you just keep it. So what you have taken? X plus y is equal to 6. So x is equal to, what is the value for x you get? The plus y goes to that side. So you get x is equal to 6 minus y. Just keep this as it is. Okay. Now let's come to the next one. Here 2 is equal to 2, so we cannot take this part. No need to take this. Let's take for the unknown part over here. xy is equal to 8. I hope you are doing the sums along with me children. Try out the sums along with me. Do not waste your time. Okay, so you get x is equal to 6 minus y, yes children? So we have taken the another unknown part, we have taken xy is equal to 8. Okay, now what are we going to do here, yes children? See, we cannot find the value if it has two unknown variables. At least if one unknown is there, means like see here only one unknown was there, so we can find out the value. But here in this case is two unknown, here also two unknown. So what are we going to do is, we are going to substitute the value for x here. Are you clear with this step children? This is a very important type of questions. They may ask questions based on equal matrices. So just think, just understand the concept clearly. So x plus y is equal to 6. X is equal to 6 minus y. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to substitute the value for x over here. I'm going to put the value for x here. So what I'll get? 6 minus y. Very simple. From where did I get this xy? I got from here. This is the corresponding elements. So what is the corresponding element for xy? The corresponding element for xy is 8. Yeah. So xy is equal to 8. So what is the value for x? 6 minus y. 6 minus y. and what is this? Y. So in place of x, I am just writing as 6 minus y, and this y is written as y. No need to change this y. This is equal to 8. Are you clear? Okay. So we have replaced x with 6 minus y into y is equal to 8. Let us open the bracket. So 6 into y, 6y, minus y into y, minus y square is equal to 8. What do you get here? 6 into y, 6y, minus y into y, y square is equal to 8. Okay. I'll try to bring all the terms on one side, children. Okay. Here I'll try to bring everything on one side. So I'll get here 6y minus y square. This is plus 8, yes? It will turn to minus 8 is equal to 0. And whenever you write the quadratic equation, you know the form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That means you have to write the x square term first, then the x term, and then the constant term. So you get minus y square plus 6y minus 8 is equal to 0. I don't want the first term to be negative. So y square minus 6y plus 8 is equal to 0. So whenever you change the sign, the whole term's sign should be changed. So minus change to plus, plus change to minus, minus change to plus. So I get the equation y square minus 6y plus 8 is equal to 0. I'll just explain to you once again the step, children. Listen over here. So till here it would be easy, yes, children. Directly from the matrix y plus z is equal to 5, you got the value for z as 0. Then we have two unknowns, yes. So take the first unknown, x plus y is equal to 6. So just try to write down this in terms of x. X is equal to 6 minus y. Okay. Now we have one more unknown over here, that is xy is equal to 8. So put the value for x as 6 minus y. 6 minus y into y is equal to 8. Put your pens down and listen, children. So 6 into y is 6y. Minus y into y is minus y square is equal to 8. 6y minus y square. I just want to bring everything on one side. So this is plus 8. It turns to be minus 8 is equal to 0. Try to arrange this as a quadratic expression. So you get minus y square plus 6y. Be careful with the sign, children. Minus y square plus 6y minus 8 is equal to 0. I don't want the first term to be negative. So change all the sign. So minus turns to be plus, plus turns to be minus, minus turns to be plus. So what is the equation you are getting now? Y square minus 6y plus 8 is equal to 0. So now what are we going to do here? We are going to use a T method and we are going to get the value for y. Let's use a T method, children. Come on. Let's use a T method. I'll just continue the sum over here. I'll put a T over here. 1 into 8. 8. Middle term is minus 6. So 8, you have to factorize 8. 8 is 1 into 8, 2 into 4. So we can choose this second choice. 2, 4. Yes, children? Remember, this is minus and plus. Whenever you have minus and plus, you have to choose the number as minus, minus. So minus 2 into minus 4. Minus 2 into minus 4, it's plus 8. Minus, minus, plus. Minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. Minus 2 minus 4 minus 6. So what are the numbers you are going to choose? Minus 2, minus 4. What is the variable used, children? Y. Yes, y is the variable. So what do you get? Y minus 2, y minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, y minus 2 is equal to 0 or y minus 4 is equal to 0. This is very clear. I hope you have got the value. This T method we have done in many sums, so you would be clear with this. So 8 was the number. That is how you get 8, multiplying the coefficient of the first term and the constant term. So 1 into 8 is 8. And what is the coefficient of the middle term? It's minus 6. So minus 6. So you get minus 2, minus 4. Minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. Minus 2 minus 4 minus 6. So use the variable y minus 2, y minus 4 is equal to 0. So I'll just separate this. Y minus 2 is equal to 0 or y minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to 2 or y is equal to 4. You know the step, yes? The minus 2, it comes to this side. So 0 plus 2 gives you 2. Minus 4, it comes to this side. So 0 plus 4 gives you 4. You got the value for y. We have two values for y. One is 2 and one is 4. So we have found the value for z. What was the value for z, children? 0. We have found the value for y. One is 2 and one is 4. Y is equal to 2 or y is equal to 4. Still, the sum is being not completed. You have one more step to go. Yes, children? Yes, we have to find out the value for x. Let's find out the value for x. Okay, let's go for the value for x. So we have taken the value for x as 6 minus y. What was the value for x? 6 minus y. So write down here, if I have two values for y, yes children? So if y is equal to 2, x is equal to 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. That is, you have to choose both the values. You have to take the value for y as 2 and also you have to take the value for y as 4. So if I take y as 2, I get the value for x as 4. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Very simple. Okay, now you try for the next case, children. If y is equal to 4, x is equal to 6 minus. Apply the thing and get the answer. Have you found the value, children? Okay, so what is the answer you're getting over there? Yes, it's 2. If y is equal to 4, x is equal to 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. Okay, so we have two cases for x. Yes, so let us write down the final solution here. Therefore, let's write down the final part. We have two values, yes children. So let's write down. X is equal to, what is the value for x? X is equal to 4. What is the value for y? Y is equal to 2. And z is common. Z has only one value, so you can put z is equal to 0. This is one part. X is equal to 4, y is equal to 2, and z is equal to 0. And one more part, x is equal to 2. When x is 2, y is 4 and z is 0. So this is the solution. This is the answer. You can just put your OR. OR. X is 4, y is 2, z, because we have taken two values for z, yes children? So if you have two values for y, there is two values for y, you get two values for x. So we have found the value for x, we have found the value for y, and also we have found the value for z. With this, we complete our exercise 3.16. Yes, children, was the exercise easy to you? I hope it would be easy. You have to practice. The more you practice, the more you become Perfect. Just keep this in your mind and you have to work out. Okay, children? Okay. Now we are going to start with the next exercise, and the next exercise is very, very simple. You have to do the operation on matrix. Like we do addition, yes children, we use addition, we use subtraction, we do multiplication and division and so on for algebra part. But for matrix, you have 3 operations, okay children? That is, you have to add the matrix, we can add the matrix, we can subtract the matrix, and also we can multiply the matrix. So we are going to study this operations in our exercise 3.17. So we will be directly continuing with exercise 3.17 because this is very, very easy. We can directly add the matrix. Okay children? So I want you to write down the heading as 3.17. Take the heading as 3.17 and write down the first question. This would be very interesting, okay? This exercise is very interesting. This is very interesting. We can add matrix topic itself is very interesting topic, and we can score, and we have always a question on matrix. You may be asked a 2-mark question, or you may have a 5-mark question on matrix. A very important concept, and you are going to continue, or you are going to study about matrix in your 11th standard. Yeah, you have a continuation of matrix in 11th. And not only in 11th, you have a continuation in 12th standard also. So you have to be very clear and just learn, just enjoy it and you learn your matrix. Very easy, interesting topic. Okay, let's continue with exercise 3.17. I hope you would have taken your homework questions, yes, children? Okay, anyway, let the homework be here. Question number 6 and 7th, the third part. Okay. Write on the first question, write on the matrix. A is equal to 1, 9, 3, 4, 8 minus 3. So A matrix is given to you. A is equal to 1, 9, 3, 4, 8 minus 3. B is equal to 5, 7, 3, 3, 1, 0. Okay, so this is the matrix given to you, and you have to verify. They have given you to verify the first one. A plus B is equal to B plus A. This is like the commutative property, children. You have studied in your algebra in your A standard. A plus B is equal to B plus A. Yes, same way you have to apply for the matrix also. A plus B is equal to B plus A. So this is what we have to verify. Take down the matrix. Check the elements properly. A is 1, 9, 3, 4, 8 minus 3. B is 5, 7, 3, 3, 1, 0. Okay, I have taken on the question correctly. Now I am going to verify the first part. What is the first part? A plus B is equal to B plus A. You know how to verify, yes children? First of all, you have to take the LHS part. After getting the value for LHS, you have to take the RHS part. Then you have to say from 1 and 2. LHS is equal to RHS, hence verified. Because here the question is to verify. To verify, that means, oh, they are saying that both the parts are same. That is the LHS and the RHS are same. Shall we continue, children? Shall we start with the work? Okay, let's start with the LHS. What is LHS? A plus B. And just keep one thing in your mind, a very important concept that you have to keep in your mind. Whenever you do addition or whenever you do subtraction, remember they have to be of the same order. Like see the order here, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 rows. Here also 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows and 2 columns. So the order is same. Here you have the order 3 cross 2. Here you have the order 3 cross 2. For addition and subtraction, the order of the matrix should be same. Should be same. Otherwise, we cannot perform addition or we cannot perform subtraction. But for multiplication, you can have any order. The order is not, there is no, what you can say, no need of the same order. You can have any order of matrix, but for addition and subtraction, the order should be same. Order should be same. Otherwise, we cannot perform addition and subtraction. Are you getting my point, children? Okay, let's start with the sum. So LHS is A plus B. Okay, let us insert the value. What is A? 1, 9, 3, 4, 8, minus 3. Be careful when you write the members, because elements, because this is the place where you make mistake. If you make a mistake in copying the elements, everything goes off. Okay, so be careful when you copy the elements. So I have inserted the value for A. It's 1, 9, 3, 4, 8 minus 3. Now insert the value for B. What is the value for B? S plus 5, 7, 3, 3, 1, 0. So we are going to add this to, very easy, you can add it. Let's see how to add them. So very easy, you have to add the corresponding element, children, okay? Don't add us, just go on. So 1 and 5, you have to add 1 and 5. These are the corresponding elements, 1, 5, 6. Then 9 and 7, add 9 and 7. 9 plus 7, 16. 3, 3, 6. 4, 3, 7. 8 plus 1, 9. Minus 3 plus 0. Minus 3 plus 0, minus 3. Are you clear with the addition, children? So be careful with the addition. You have to take the same, or you have to take the corresponding elements and you have to add. So 1 plus 5, 6. 9 plus 7, 16. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 3, 7. 8 plus 1, 9. Minus 3 plus 0, minus 3. So this is the LHS part. Now you have to find the RHS part. You can take this as number 1. You know that we use this type of steps. Yes, we used to write down the steps for verifying. So put this as number 1. Take the RHS part. What is the RHS? B plus A. So first of all, you have to write B plus A. What is B? 5, 7, 3, 3, 1, 0, 1, 9, 3, 4, 8, minus 3. Add this to. Add the RHS part, children. Have you added? So what is the answer you get here? 5 plus 1 is 6. 7 plus 9 is 16. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 4 7. 1 plus 8 9. Yeah, 0. Be careful. The mistake where we do, what is the mistake over here is, we may take the wrong combination of elements. So you have to be very careful when you take the proper corresponding element. So 5 plus 1, 6. 7 plus 9, 16. 3 plus 3, 6. 3 plus 4, 7. 1 plus 8, 9. 0 minus 3. What is 0 minus 3? 0 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So this is minus 3. Put here number 2. So 0 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So just check your 1 and 2, children. See, 6, 16, 6, 7, 9, minus 3. So both are equal. So let us write the final statement. So from, so I'll just write down here, from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. Hence, verified. From 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS, hence verified. Are you clear, children? Yes. Okay, you have one more work. Just get ready with your homework, children. You have to complete exercise 3.17, question number 1, the second subpart, and also question number 2. You have to complete question number 2 also. So totally you have 4 sums, okay, children? Very easy sums, okay? You have to complete 4 sums as your homework. From 3.16, question number 6, and from 7, the third subpart, and from exercise 3.17, question number 1, the second subpart, and question number 2. I'll just give you an idea how to solve the first question and the second question. Okay, children? Have you taken down this? You just take down. I'll explain you how to complete your homework sums. I'll just give you an idea how to do your homework sums. It's very easy, yes, children. Okay. I hope you have completed all the things. Good. Just listen to the homework part. You're going to proceed in the same manner, okay? You have to follow the same steps and you have to complete. You have to take the LHS, you have to take the RHS, you have to say from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. What is the question given, children? Yeah. A plus minus A is equal to minus A plus A is equal to 0. This is what you have to show in your second subpart. So first of all, you will take, no need to write LHS, RHS because here you have 3 conditions, okay? So first of all, take A plus minus A. Are you listening to me, children? I want the answer in this method only. So you have to observe the hint that I am giving to you. So first of all, you have to take A plus minus A. You will write the matrix A. A is given to you. Yes, you know the A. Take the same A plus. You know the meaning of minus A. You have to change the sign. Now what is A given? 1, 9, 3, 4, 8 minus 3. Minus A means change the sign. Plus 1 will change to minus 1, minus 9, minus 3, minus 4, minus 8 and plus 3. Okay, getting my point? So 1 minus 1, what is the answer? 9 minus 9, what is the answer? Very easy. See the answer, they have already given the answer. The answer is 0. 0 means a 0 matrix. What is the meaning of 0 matrix? All the members should be 0. So 1 minus 1, 0. 9 minus 9, 0. 3 minus 3, 0. 4 minus 4, 0. 8 minus 8, 0. Minus 3 plus 3, 0. So when you solve this, you will get the answer 0, 0. See, you have to write like this 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so this is first part. Similarly, you have to do minus A plus A. Okay, again you will get the answer. Now what is the meaning of 0? This is 0. Okay, so you have to just say that this is equal to 0. Because you are getting a 0 identity. So you have to write down this is equal to 0. That's all. So you have to show one step, you have to show this step. And for 0, you can say like this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is equal to 0. Okay, children? So you get 3 steps and you can complete the work. Okay, clear? So try out the answer. Or you can directly say this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0. Enough. No need to worry about. So first step is to find A plus minus A. Second step is to find minus A plus A. And you say they both is equal to 0, 0, 0, which is equal to 0. So final statement you can say like this. A plus minus A is equal to minus A plus A is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is equal to 0. Clear? Okay. So this was your second subpart. Let me give you an idea for second sum. Second question. It's very easy. What is the thing you have to prove? Yeah, it's a 3 thing. 3 sets. 3 matrix. A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay. So first you have to take LHS. First you have to find B plus C. After finding B plus C, you have to find A plus B plus C. So add matrix B, add matrix C. then you have to add A plus B plus C. This is number 1. RHS A plus B, then you have to take A plus B plus C. Okay children, so this will be number 2. So from 1 and 2 you will get the same answer. I hope you are clear with the homework part. You have to try out the homework sums and you have to submit your homework. You know the rules and regulation. You have to submit your homework the day itself. Okay children, try out the sum, present your homeworks neatly, and we will be continuing with the next sum in the next class.